Hi. So, every time I open OBS, one would think that it would recognize the default microphone as the one that is literally always plugged in to the computer. It does not. And, I was running so behind that I forgot to make sure that the correct microphone was set, so it was set to the quote-unquote default mic. But because I have it set to not play from my speakers, then that means there's just no sound. Thank you for telling me this, because I've been going for the past, how long is this? 47 minutes with dead audio, which is going to be so fun to tell my editor later. Oh, thank you so much for telling me that, though. Oh, man, we had some people stop by earlier. I really wish they would have said something. So I guess that means I need to reiterate what I said at the very start of the stream. In that weather is scheduled to happen at some point tonight. Oh my goodness. And stream may randomly cut short because of snow, but also I don't actually remember when the snow was supposed to start. So we're playing weather roulette. I've also never actually watched Phantom of the Opera. I've fallen asleep to it at full blast, blaring in the bedroom, conked out. In my defense, the place I was working at the time, I had to be up there at clocked in at 6, which meant awake and getting into uniform around 5 to 5:30. So yeah. Do they have you write down what you learned like in high school? Kind of. So what we'll be doing is we're gonna be doing I don't know. I presume it'll be the same for all of the shows that we watch. But we're gonna be doing what's called the Feldman critique. And we have to not describe what happens in the play, but kind of describe like this is what's going on in the context of the play. This is why it was written the way that it was. We have to then analyze it and be like, this is how well it did at what it was trying to achieve. Hold on. Describe, analyze. 1 second. I have the paper right here. Give me a second. VTuber's gonna freeze. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so describing is like describing the time period, the setting, locales, kind of the backstory before the plot, and then talking about who the protagonist is and like what he's doing. And then we have to analyze it and determine what it was trying to do and how well it did it. And then interpretation is in like, this is what I took away from it, this is what I learned and what I believe that it's about. And then judgment, and that's just like, what did I like? What are some examples of like, did it do good? Did it English. Did it succeed? Did it succeed? We have to talk a lot about did it succeed at what it was trying to do. Which, in my opinion, absolutely did. Oh my gosh, the alien guy. Hello there, dude! The space is best. I have an old poster. I say poster very loosely. It's an insert from the season 1 Star Trek Next Generation thing. It just unfolds into all the characters. But I've had that thing for so long because when my grandpa let us borrow his copy of it, I realized it was in there as an insert, like that's how DVDs used to have them. I snatched it so fast, and I was praying he wouldn't say anything, and he never did, and so I basically just stole it from him. Listen. Thievery. That's my whole story. The whole reason Jay's a shapeshifter is because she was trying to rob a wizard blind. Next Generation was always my favorite, especially Data. Data was amazing. And then Stargate also absolutely slaps. I should rewatch that. It's been so long since I've watched it. But I just never really got into Star Wars. I know all the stuff that happens, like the big overarching plots and stuff. I just never sat down and watched the movie. I think like my favorite thing about Star Trek is that they worked so hard to have as few divergent timelines as possible. Like, The Next Generation is a direct continuance of the original series. Deep Space Nine, I believe, is happening concurrent to The Next Generation, but it's just a different part of space. The Picard series, that's just years after. Like, they did a really good job of that. And I respect that. I like it when shows put in the effort to do that. It's fun. I think Spidey was one of the, like, later heroes that I got into. Like, one of the first heroes that I got into was, unironically, Superman. But that's because DC was, like, so much stronger of a presence when I was younger. And then Marvel just absolutely started slapping left and right, doing so good. And so they became more popular, but I still didn't really learn about Spider-Man until a lot later. Like, it was a while. But then I did, I was like, oh my goodness, best superhero. Best precious child. Needs all of the hugs because man has all of the trauma. But and we might need to sell some cheese. We've got quite a bit of it. We'll see. Whenever we do the next wine batch, I'll do the wine first, and then we'll do the cheese, and then we'll see whatever's left if I sell it. That should be next week where we have the next mass batch of wine. Let's go to sleeps. Ooh. What was the booster from there? Raisins. Oh, that's not that much. Was it just sheer quantity? Oh yeah, the ancient fruit wine. Yeah, that did also help. The sheer quantity is quite amazing. Ooh, over halfway to 8 mil. Absolutely. Okay, don't accidentally give that to Shane. Instead, let's grab his pepper poppers out of the fridge. And a gift. Yay, we're the best again. The cheese tax. I'm gonna get over here. Get up in the house. Nice, dark, and rainy. Perfect day to cuddle up and get some sleep. And let's see who's live. So until next time, good